Hi there, and welcome to today's reading. So today the question is, what is going to help me solve the problem that I have right now? So what you will do is you will think about what problem that you need an answer to help you to solve it, and then you'll choose a pile from pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, or pile number 4 to get your answer. Now, of course, just remember, this is just an oracle card reading, and any choices that you make are ultimately your own free will. And this is just meant to help to guide you and validate those things that you may already know, but just need to see it laid out in front of you and get some validation from the universe that you are making the right decision. So if you like, you can pause the video until you decide, take your time, take a deep breath, just feel into which deck that you're most drawn to. And don't worry, there are no wrong answers, 'cause whatever you choose will be the right one. So let's get started with pile number 1. So pile number 1, the first card that we have here is the Page of Fire. And this talks about being enthusiastic, optimistic, creative, impatient. It talks about news of exciting opportunities and allowing your creativity to soar and doing things that fuel your passions, finishing what you start. So clearly, whatever it is that you've got going on, there's something that, you're having a little bit of anxiety about, but you just need to go ahead and, keep moving forward. Do the things that fuel your passions. It's talking about and finishing what you start. So maybe you started a project and you weren't sure, that that's the thing that you should be doing, or you just kind of lost interest in it, you got distracted. It's talking about going back to the things that fuel your passions and finishing what you started. Now, when we look at the book for this card, it talks about staying focused, planning ahead, and making sure that you don't let yourself become distracted by whatever, the next sparkly opportunity is. So just to stay focused on the thing that you started out to do, and, complete one thing before you start the next thing. Because, maybe you've got a lot of good ideas and you're not sure which thing to start, and you haven't finished this one, and, you want to really do the next thing, but you have to finish this one first. And once you do that, then you'll be able to feel that enthusiasm come back again, because it's talking about, being creative, but also being impatient. So if this refers to, other people in your life, this could refer to a young person who's energetic and enthusiastic, or just somebody that's young at heart, creative and outgoing, optimistic and kind of entertaining. So that could be you, or that could be a person that you're inquiring about with the problem that you're having. And let's see what else is here. When we're talking about, the additional meanings of this card, it could also mean a career change or good news. And so an opportunity in the performing arts even, it talks about, and sudden and overwhelming optimism, an agent for change. So this is definitely about, some change that's coming for you. But let's go on to the card that's with it. We've got having a backup plan. Aha. So this talks about strategy. So when we're talking about strategy, yes, have a backup plan, definitely having a backup plan, and not just to get too attached to one way of doing things is what it's saying. So at least think of a few other approaches to the problem that you're trying to solve. Don't get stuck on one way, basically, and that's how you're going to be able to move forward. And it talks about agility, and it talks about, trying to do the same thing the same way over and over again. And that could be why you're stuck. So it does talk about looking at other options and ways of doing the thing, but you're still going to do the thing, whatever that is. this card represents somebody who could be there to help you as well. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go to this deck here and we're going to shuffle on camera and see what other message that we have to go with it. We just need one card though. So let's see. These cards are newer and they're not as slippery as the other ones. They're more matted finish. So this is live the question, curiosity, open your mind, live into it. So again, it's talking about opening your mind and looking at other ways to do what it is that you're trying to do. So when we look at the book, it says to live the question is to fully engage with the uncertainties of life rather than simply seeking quick or easy answers, right? So again, it's talking about not being impatient. And it invites us to open up, to experience, to explore and reflect, and acknowledge that the journey itself can be just as valuable as any destination. In essence, it encourages a state of curiosity, wonder, and humility as we navigate the complexities of being human. So when we live the question, we stop waiting for the answer and instead choose to live into it. We take baby steps and let life reveal itself to us through the living. We enter a creative dance with life. We merge with the sacred rather than separating ourselves from it. We enter a world of wonder and awe, instead of expecting certainty every moment of every day. So the ancient stones, which is what this oracle deck is, Ancient Stones Oracle, it says the ancient stones have been here for much longer than we have, and they hold answers beyond that which we can possibly comprehend. They're whispering for us to zoom out of our short-lived experience and instead live into the questions we have in our comparably brief lifespans. For if we do this, we'll find that we both live into an answer and live courageously. So it says, what question are you living right now? So once again, it's talking about, like this one here, not being impatient, right? Not being impatient, finishing what you start. So maybe it's taking longer to finish this than you expected, but it's telling you to look at other ways to do it, being creative, that sort of thing. Backup plan is just about, maybe it didn't go right away the way that you thought it would, but definitely it's telling you to keep moving forward with it and live into it and experience it, because it's one of those journey things. Let's go into here and look in your soul knows deck and just get one more message of validation there for you. These are just all over the place. There we go. What have we got? So this says, have gratitude. Being grateful for the small things creates greater blessings. So again, be grateful for the journey, right? And keep moving forward. And that's going to bring you those greater blessings. So that pile number 1 is your reading. And so now let's move on to pile number 2. What have we got? We have got Fox and the Queen of Fire. So let's first go with the Queen of Fire. Look, adapt to the changes, adaptability. Got a theme running here. So you might have been drawn to both of these decks, but let's see. So the Queen of Fire, it says brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There's nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need for balance between career and personal life. Okay, so that's the basic message of the card. So let's now go to the book and see what else is here in regards to the message for you today. So Words of acknowledgement, words of awareness, sorry. So we've got, it says, don't dismiss other people's ideas and opinions out of hand. Oh, see, it's definitely, it's running the same vibe as the first pile in that respect. So let's see. Don't dismiss other people's ideas and opinions out of hand. Try to keep the perfectionism under control and don't don't be a sore loser. It says, pay attention when you're being too controlling and kick it down a notch. Have patience for those who aren't as gifted as you, right? So try not to take on so much that you're stressed out. Let's see. And it's important to have balance, it says. So when it talks about the person or other people that may be around this problem that you're having, the question that you're looking for a solution to, it says that confident, warm, brilliant, lovely, passionate, charming, independent, loving, loyal, dedicated, talented, overly controlling, dramatic, headstrong, mercurial, and proud. So this just means that this could be your energy, or this could be the energy of a person in this situation that you're trying to find the solution to. So this person, you know, is sitting on the throne, and they're the controlling person. They like to be in control. So it's telling you, you know, maybe you're being too controlling in this situation, right? And kind of listen to the other people around you. You know, maybe those opinions have some help in them, right? Maybe they're not all as off the wall as you think. And additional meanings of this card talks about showing grace under fire, maintaining balance between work and home, passion that must be expressed, physical fitness, and a healthy focus on your personal appearance. So it just means that, you know, maybe you're not taking care of yourself as much. You're trying to control everything and stressing you out, and you feel like you have to be the one to make all the decisions and do all the things. But, you know, maybe release some of that. There's somebody around you that's making a suggestion or a few suggestions that could help you, but you're not listening. You're not taking them well at all. And it says adapt to the changes that are happening. So when we look to the book there about Fox, it's also about adaptability and maybe opening up to some other ideas. And when we look here to the book, what have we got here? It says it's important and necessary to use all of the life skills that you've learned, not to get stuck in any rigid thinking. So again, that's where we are. And it says, you know, don't get stuck in patterns of behavior, or maybe just, you know, because you're the one that you've always had to do this, you think you still have to do it, and maybe you can release some responsibility to somebody else or something like that. And so that you can better take care of yourself, because, you know, if you're doing too much, it's going to affect your health and your physical health. What else do we have? Yeah, so it's saying go walk outdoors, do something physical. Again, this card also refers to the physical. Physical and mindless, to shake up things a bit. So you have to be flexible right now and adapt to the circumstances rather than trying to make the circumstances adapt to you. There are unlimited possibilities that will happen going forward, and you can feel much more at ease and unstressed if you allow those possibilities to unfold, and those changes, and maybe those people's suggestions that they are trying to help you. What else do we have here? Adjusting your attitude and actions to agree with those and prepare for your next move by being open and willing to go with it. Stop fighting the way things are or demanding that things change. Life knows what it's doing. Trust that and shift with the continuum, whether it moves slowly or swiftly, and life will be much easier. So it's definitely talking about shifting, you know, shifting things, shifting yourself, being flexible, and also, you know, getting out there, maybe, go for a walk or something, right? Go for a walk, go for a swim, whatever you can do where you are. So next card that we're going to do from the Healing Waters, was it Healing Waters? No, Ancient Stones, sorry. This is the Ancient Stones Oracle. What message do we have to go with that? So there is a running theme here of kind of being adaptable and looking at other options. So what have we got here? The Healing Stones, tenderness, care, gentleness, and nourishment. So again, we're looking at, taking care of the self, right? So we're just going to put this card here because YouTube is weird about things like that. So now I'm going to look up that card, the Healing Stones. So just give me one moment. So the Healing Stones card, it says, stones have been long used in healing rituals. It says by cultures across the world. When warmed, they can provide comfort and restoration of our aching bodies. And some traditions revere certain stones themselves for their magical healing qualities. This seemingly hard and harsh substance has the capacity to provide warm, gentle, magical, tender care. The Healing Stones card is, of course, the healing card of this deck. So once again, it's talking about healing. So it says maybe you're in the process of healing something physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. See, it's talking about the physical again. I don't know if you're not taking care of yourself for pile number 2, but maybe you're healing from something and you're not letting other people do the things that need to be done so that you can take the time to heal. So it's talking about adapting to these changes and healing and tenderness, care, nourishment. So taking care of your physical body, it looks like. And this card appears for the reader as a sign that deep rest and healing are in progress. That's what the book says. And it comes with an invitation to say yes to your healing and to trust the process. It's also a message for you to prioritize your body, mind, and soul above all else, to treat yourself with tender care, to replenish, nourish, to go gently. How can you slow down your pace to that of the stones? How can you prioritize your body, mind, and soul? So the little affirmation that's here with this card says, I choose to go gently and treat my body, mind, and soul with tender care. So it's very, very important for whoever chose this pile to be taking care of yourself. You're definitely, you're in healing mode, or you're going to be in healing mode, whatever. It's telling you that you have to give yourself that time and that care. Now, and it's going to be hard for you because you need to adjust to the changes, right? Let's wait until we get an actual card that comes out the way that it's supposed to, instead of like 10 of them falling out of the deck at once. And we'll get the finishing card here for pile number 2. What do we got? It says, have faith. Miracles do happen. Just believe. So, have faith in yourself. Have faith in the other people who are trying to help you. And, give yourself a break, right? Give yourself a break. And do have faith. So things can work out. Miracles do happen. Just believe. So have some faith in yourself and the people around you that this could be helpful in the solution to the question that you have and the problem that you've got going on. So I hope that helps you, pile number 2. That's a strong message about healing. And now we move on to pile number 3. So we've got snake and transformation. You are a healer and transformation. That's what snakes do when they shed their skin, isn't it? They transform. So, a significant life experience that requires changes to be made, powerful and unexpected revelations, breaking free of procrastinations, and releasing old belief systems. Shedding the skin, releasing old belief systems, right? So let's go to the book and see what this card has to say. So that transformation card, it talks about Archangel Chamuel. The eyes of God can help you see what changes you need to make. He also offers a hint that the time for change is now. And it says that people tend to instinctively know when it's time for changes in their lives, or they might try to ignore them out of fear or uncertainty. So one thing is for sure, the necessary changes will happen, right? They will happen. And either they can come about through your will and action, or you can wait for the universe to make them for you. So it's one of those make a decision before the universe makes the decision for you situations. And it says there's usually less drama if you just take the reins, but the choice, again, is yours. It says big events in your life are imminent. Rest assured that those changes will lead you toward greater happiness, right? So that's the good side. And it says, however, the initial disruption might be a bit of a roller coaster ride at first. Have faith, believe in the look at this, have faith. There's a running theme here, isn't there? It runs from this one to this one, and now this one to this one. Because we've got the healing in this one as well. So that's interesting, isn't it? And it says, believe in the process, know that you are loved, and that confronting any challenges will be completely worth it, right? So, and it says additional meanings of this card are liberation, spiritual awakening, acknowledging the truth, and releasing old belief systems that no longer work for you, wake-up calls, and running out of time. So, time to make a decision is what it's saying. It's the solution to your problem, right? Because maybe that's your problem, is you're having trouble making a decision. You know change is coming, but you just haven't really wanted to take things by the reins and make the decisions that you actually need to make before those decisions are taken out of your hands and made for you. So when we look at the book for snake, for this card here, it says the healing gifts you possess are not actually yours. They emanate from the divine spirit and are grounded in your body. And it's through your body that this force is focused and expressed. So there are two areas that are hot spots for this concentration of life force, which are your heart and your hands, right? And it says, pay attention. What else does it say? It says, pay attention and, sorry, just a second here while I get the book up, to these areas and do whatever you must do to keep them energetically clear. So it gives an effective way to clear your heart and hands by, it gives a little method here about using white light and grounding things into the earth, like to drain off that energy. So there's different methods to do that. So I won't go into that part. Let's see, but the earth will help you to, you know, get rid of that toxic waste type of thing and transform it into new life is what it does. That's why the snake and the shedding of the skin. And it says, don't fear your own healing power. It's your destiny to relieve the suffering of others. And as you do, you transform your own suffering from this and other lifetimes into compassion and love, which is the purest expression, of life energy that you can have. That is healing, no matter what the form is. So the more open you remain, the more the master power of the universe can come through you and create miracles. So it's talking about rebirth, transmutation, transformation, and being a healer. So whether that's healing yourself or healing others by either traditional means or maybe through the more the healing arts type of thing that they're talking about here, and transmuting energy, that sort of thing. So, but definitely, it definitely has got a theme of transformation and shedding the old. So let's go over here to the Ancient Stones Oracle. And see what kind of a card that we get to go with this. There's definitely a theme of, looking at other options, having gratitude, having faith, and, being adaptable. Is run through from pile number 1 to pile number 2, and then pile number 2 to 3 is about healing yourself, healing others. And this one is about, making the decisions, transformation in your life. So what have we got for the Ancient Stones? There, finally, yay! Scrying. Oh, trust your own intuition and plant seeds. So there we go. Now let's have a look here. Just let me grab the book. So scrying, and when we go to the book meaning, so this is a very beautiful card, which evades me. There we go. So on the card, it says, trust your visions, intuition, and planting seeds. So trusting your visions and intuition, it's talking about this transformation. It's kind of like what this card said, that you know that this change is coming, that a decision needs to be made. And this is talking about using your intuition and trusting your own visions and intuitions that you're having about solving the problem and making the decision, but you just haven't trusted yourself. So when we look at the book here about this card, and I'll read it from the book, it says, scrying is a divination practice used by wise ones the world over throughout history. And it says it involves focusing the gaze on an object, for example, stones or crystals, and interpreting the symbols and images that arise. Scrying is used with the intention of receiving visions, clarity, or revelations, or simply to invite inspiration. It's a form of psychic seeing, looking deeply and entering a state where we pay attention to what's shown or revealed to us through our own intuitive senses. So it's kind of like you already know. So, and it says, the scrying card is a call to trust your intuitive abilities and what your intuition is telling you. Have you been receiving visions lately that were difficult to ignore? Or have you been receiving them but not acting on them? So you know this change is coming, but you've done nothing about it, right? So let's see. This is a sign to begin to trust your visions and to potentially develop them even more. One of the best ways to trust your intuition is to act on it when you receive it. Well, carefully, of course, right? And it says the more we act on it and receive confirmation, the more confident we will become. You may be called to find structured ways to develop your psychic seer abilities through training or your own exercises. It also says here, what else does it say? It says perhaps you're even being called to work with the stones through scrying. To do this, find a stone or crystal. Now they have a little process here, so you can take it or leave it, but I'm going to read you what's in their book here. So it says, to do this, find a stone or crystal, soften your gaze, and really connect with the consciousness of it. Merge with the stone and let it reveal to you what you most need to see, hear, feel, or experience. Notice the patterns that form and any images that come to you, externally or internally. Let the wisdom of the stone or crystal reveal to you what you most need to see, hear, and feel. So, maybe you've been called to develop your intuitive abilities, or maybe you've been called to be a healer or something like that. But I really feel like this is a transformation for you in your life, and the decisions that you've had to make. And, you know, it keeps speaking basically to that you already know that something's coming and you're just avoiding making a decision. So in your soul, you've got it, right? In your soul, you know something's about to happen. No, so that is I'm going to go to the Your Soul Knows mini deck. This is my deck that I created. So let's see what we get to go with that. Okay. Purification. Clear the negative from body, mind, spirit, and surroundings. So again, it's talking about, you know, body, mind, and spirit, visions. And so what it's talking about too, the transformation, letting go of the old and the negative, shedding that old skin, and moving forward, making the decision, you know, maybe it's the environment you're in. Maybe that's what needs to be purified, detoxed, moved out of, I don't know. But that is what the message is. And I hope that that does help you for pile number 3. And now, finally, let's move on to pile number 4. So we have Justice and Dragonfly. Justice card talks about, first of all, be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. Try to see all sides of a situation. So that's the balance. You will win if your position is one of integrity. So make sure to stay in your integrity. So let's go to the book for this one. We've got, oh look, we've got 2 major arcana cards. 2 cards of fire. Isn't that interesting how they've unfolded today? So let's see how else this one connects to the others. So Archangel Raguel, excuse my pronunciation if it's not right, Raguel, R-A-G-U-E-L, is known for bringing harmony to any situations that are in discord. So if your question or problem that you're looking for a solution for, it's talking about bringing harmony. This angel helps to bring harmony to the situation. So as justice must always be impartial, they weigh both sides with divine scales, which you can see there. So now, what else does the card say? It says justice is about fairness. Justice is about fairness and integrity. So let's pop that in here. And it says it's a bit like the golden rule, which of course asks you to treat others in the same way that you'd like them to treat you, right? And if you have a decision to make, especially one in which the outcome affects others, ensure that you make it in a balanced and equitable way. The card doesn't want you to set aside your beliefs or principles. Quite the opposite. You are to stand up for what you believe in, while also considering the beliefs of others. Be impartial and objective. So this card also reflects situations where you might be judged, like legal proceedings, mediations, school exams, job evaluations, or, you know, maybe just people are judging you. I don't know. Usually when justice shows up, it indicates a favorable outcome for you. So that is a good thing. And let's see, additional meanings of this card. You might be an advocate for justice for someone, making well thought out decisions. And this is this pile said, you know, that you had to make a decision. And this one is about having well thought out decisions. So again, we are kind of rippling from one pile to the other. And it says, making well thought out decisions, standing up for the truth, becoming clear on your goals, carefully reviewing documents before signing them. So it does indicate that as well. So now let's look at Dragonfly and see how that enters in. The Dragonfly card says, illusion, and you know who you really are. Okay, so let's go to the book for that one. And it says, you are a master of illusion. particularly in the guises you wear for others. Oh, so this is a gift that was born during your childhood, an adaptation, an adaptation that once served you well. So it says these masks do serve a purpose because you can be whoever that you need to be in any situation. It says, yet it can also be easy to fool yourself into thinking that any of these personas are the real you. Oh. So, and it says, the truth is that you don't need to rely on these false personas anymore. So whatever has been going on, any injustices, you're going to be able to, speak your mind and say what you really think, be who you really are. You don't have to hide from things anymore if that's what's been going on. And it says, on occasion, this will come in handy, but at this point, it's time to let the you of who you are show up in all your varied expressions and manifestations. So now you're finally going to be able to actually show people who you really are. You're not going to have to hide it anymore, kind of thing. And, whatever's been kept under wraps, justice prevails in your favor. And finally, the truth comes out. It seems like that's the way that this is going. Now, it says, what else does it say? It says one of the more popular ruses that you run on yourself is pretending you don't know the truth. Aha. In other words, you play dumb, hoping that because others like to feel superior, that you can indulge them in this way, yet inwardly you can be smug and secretly indulge in your own illusion or superiority. So once you acknowledge the truth, then you'll know what to do. And by that acknowledgement and acceptance, you accept the truth of who you are. So this is about a mirage or mystery or maybe even a deception, but justice does prevail and it does speak to being in your favor. So now let's go on to the Ancient Stones deck and see what that has in store for pile number 4. Kind of knocking things all over the place today. Oh, that came out very quickly. The Secret Chamber. Potency, deep connection, and treasure. Again, we're talking about secrets. Okay, just give me a moment for the book. All right, got the book. Let's go to the book meaning because this one's a little bit more involved. So let me see. The card itself shows, entering into a chamber. Oh, I think I see a face. Whoa, that's cool. There's a light there, but I think I see a face with it. I never noticed that before. Isn't that interesting? So there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's on a face. So the secret chamber, it says, so often in modern life, we're in the habit of rushing to share everything with the world around us. Oh, so we feel pressured to capture, narrate, and document every moment of our day as it happens. And as a result, we fail to be truly in the moment. We go from truly creating to producing like a machine. And at this moment, we disconnect from the sacred essence that we yearn for the most. This fast-paced way of being rips us away from the potent center of our existence as it takes place and stops us from receiving the nectar of this precious life. There are hidden chambers within ancient temples that only the most intrepid have ever reached. Places so rare and special that only the initiated can enter them. Inner sanctums that require an invitation to gain access. The secret chamber is a card of deep potency and privacy, and intimacy and preciousness. One where we are truly one where we truly see the jewels of our life. So one where we recognize what's potent, pure, and worth protecting. So all of this that's coming out, there are some things that you are still going to want to keep to yourself, is what it's saying. Staying in a position of integrity, right? That's what that card says. So we're just connecting the dots here. And what else does this card say? We've got, this card is a call to remember to truly enjoy the precious jewels of your life. It invites you to slow down the pace and perhaps savor those potent moments before rushing to share them with everyone. So when you do have this success, when the illusion lifts, you can say who you truly are and what's really happening. Don't be in a rush to do that, you know. So it says, before rushing to share them with everyone else. This card reminds you that it's okay to keep some of those precious jewels just for yourself. So keep some of those successes just for yourself. To taste the fruits of your labor. You don't need to alchemize everything. It's safe to slow down and savor the sweetness for yourself. So the question on this card, the little soul inquiry, is, how are you being called to slow down and savor the jewels of your life a little more? So, you know, in your big rush to get this out there and get things resolved and everything, don't forget to just slow down, kind of just keep some of it under your hat for now, and just, you know, enjoy your winning moments and your ability to be able to at some point share what has happened to you. But don't be in a rush to do it, is what it's saying. So last but not least, let's go to the Your Soul Knows deck, and we'll see what's in here. It's taking its time. There we go. Delegate. Many hands make light work. So in handling all of this, don't put yourself under the illusion that you need to handle it alone, right? So it's telling you that you don't have to handle things alone, that the more, you know, more help that you get, the lighter the load will be. So that is an additional message for you to help to solve whatever was the question or the problem that you needed the solution for. So there's definitely going to be, what else is here in this one? Staying in your integrity. So yeah, there's some things that you do need to keep a secret and remain a secret and not put out there. Stay in your integrity in that respect. Be impartial and objective. Standing up for what you believe and seeing all the sides of things, and you'll win. But it talks about staying in a position of integrity. So don't blow the lid on everything, right? And, you know, the illusion is going to be busted, right? So whatever, you know, if somebody else has been a problem and somebody else has been dishonest and that sort of thing, and you've had to go this route, just know that that's going to come out. And, you know, you don't have to spread it around to the world, your big win. Some things, some portions of it might be out there, but to keep some of it to yourself, kind of like that's your little treasure that you know. So some of this stuff is still in the shadows, right? And also to know that there is help. There is help for you. Do let people help you, and it will help you to get through this. Yay. All right. And that message was kind of in here too. It's like in one of these other ones, it was about, you know, letting go of the reins a little bit. But this one I feel is more about support and to get certain things done as well. So I do hope that those messages help you. Those were a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed them as well. And I wish you the best day ever. Take care.